General Assembly for 2017. Ukraine. That motion is in order, delegate. Are there any seconds? Seeing seconds and taking no opposition, the General Assembly is now open. Decorum, delegates. The chair would now look favorably upon a motion to open debate on the topic of mitigating tensions in the Baltic region. China.
Yes, I would like to topic of China. I move to open debate on the topic of mitigating tensions in the Baltic region.
That motion is in order, delegate. Are there any seconds? Seeing seconds and taking no opposition, the debate on the topic mitigating tensions in the Baltic region is now open. I ask that Kazakhstan, Oman, and the United States of America come up to the microphone in front. Each of you, please remember to say your name and your country before you begin to speak.
Michael Fournette, the United States of America.
Elise Mons, Kazakhstan.
John Bird, Oman. So essentially the purpose of this resolution is to offer a comprehensive solution to the crisis posed by the Baltic region. As of right now, there is a lot of tension built up in the Baltic region because of the removal of various forces in and around the region by various countries and organizations. The SPECRAL was tasked with alleviating that conflict comprehensively with both a short-term and a long-term resolution.
We believe our solution offers the most comprehensive and effective mitigation of this tension because of the in Offer Clause 1 of the solid multilateral agreement that we opposed and the non-aggression pact. This is the most effective and the most practical for every country involved. And we think that because of this, this is probably the best solution that we have.
In approaching this topic, we knew that we had to take a holistic approach and look at all of the positions involved. And to that end, we considered many aspects, including immediate multilateral diplomacy, improving economic relations, gradual demilitarization of the Baltic regions, and planning for potential internal socio-political instability in those regions.
Our resolution provides for long-term, short-term, and just-in-case measures. As far as long-term benefits, there are many economic sanctions for the improvement of economic relations, and because of this, this fosters the improvement of these relations, which helps to mitigate these tensions.
We also recognize the need for a short-term solution via demilitarization. Our just-in-case solution was a crisis plan in case of socio-political instability in the region.
All right, thank you, delegates. Now is the question time for the delegates. All those wishing to ask questions to the delegates, please raise your placards high. Finland, Iraq, France, Egypt, Romania.
Getting on North Finland, do the delegates yield to a possible series of questions?
Do you yield?
We do so yield.
They do so yield.
Looking at operative clause 2, clause 3, could you cite examples of when establishing solid economic relations help mitigate military tensions in the region?
In the sub clauses of C, we have situations when that would be the most beneficial because of the increasing and maintaining regular interaction, which would help to foster better economic relations, which in turn helps to mitigate tensions. And then the mutual economic growth, that would foster a healthy relationship as opposed to a toxic relationship that would negatively impact the countries involved.
So could you give me examples of when that idea to mitigate tensions worked in history? Like with other countries when tensions were high, did increasing economic stability encourage tensions to fall down?
Well, one of the largest factors of the tensions currently in the Baltic Sea is as a result of tensions between NATO and other economic relations like that. And so because of that, an economic solution would in turn provide a solution for that area.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Delegate.
Malcolm Bryant, The Rock. Do the delegates yield to a possible series of questions?
Thank you, Delegate. Do you yield?
So you'll
They do so yield.
How do you respond to the fact that countries still feel that Russia is in its borders and shouldn't have to reduce soldiers in its own country in correlation with NATO troops who are in allied borders in response to Russia being not in allied borders but its own borders?
Well, I think it's clear that troops of any kind, anywhere, are not a good way to mitigate tension. And as far as Russia being within its borders, we'd like to point out that NATO troops are also within their borders, since several Baltic states are members of NATO. And we're not saying Russia's not within its borders, we're just saying that having 205,000 Russian troops within 20 miles of the Baltic region is not a good way to start peace talks.
Well, in response to that, I'm just wondering where they're supposed to go, seeing as NATO can move to any ally state, whereas these Russian soldiers are at home.
They can certainly stay within the borders of Russia, but it is a matter of proximity to the Baltic regions. As you said, it's within 20 miles of the regions, and this is contributing heavily to the tensions taking place there.
So are you asking them to move a massive soldiers from the most vulnerable border within the country state and disperse them for the sake of alleviating tensions?
Yes, if you look at 3BI1, yes, we're asking for them to reduce the number of troops by an immediate 100,000. Again, to reduce tensions. We're not asking them to leave their border unprotected. We're asking them to reduce the number of troops to mitigate tensions.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, delegates.
Jonathan Coffin of France, do the delegates yield to possible series of questions?
Do you yield?
So you'll
They do so yield.
Do you see this resolution paper as a purely neutral stance, or is there any favorment on either sides?
We actually pride ourselves in this resolution because of how well we believe that we've catered to both sides, and how we've been able to bring both opinions into coalescence here. As seen in the mutual solid multilateral agreement, that would be where the interaction and the cooperation of multiple states will be the most beneficial and like that. Yeah.
As an example of that pluralistic view, I would like to point to Article Clause 4, which takes into account a multilateral crisis plan. We put this into place specifically for Russia's benefit, realizing that their actions previously in Crimea were most likely driven primarily by their own national security concerns. And we wanted to put this in place to address that.
Can you possibly give a ratio of Russian troops to non-Russian troops on the western border?
Clarification question, do you mean NATO troops only or just non-Russian?
Non-Russian.
It's approximately 6-to-1 based on fall 2017 results. NATO only is 8-to-1.
Thank you so much. That's my time for Jim.
All right, delegates, seeing as your time is about to expire, Chair over to the remainder of your time, you may sit down. Is there anyone wishing to speak against, you may sit down. Is there anyone wishing to speak against the passage of this resolution? China.
Sydney Sutherland, People's Republic of China. Resolution Spec-Call C-6 is biased towards the Baltic states and assumes that Russia has already acted aggressively towards them and that conflict will break out when the Russian Federation is well within its rights, as the troops moved by Russia remain inside Russian borders, whereas the NATO troops outside of Russia are in a different situation altogether. While partial removal of troops on all sides may indeed be beneficial to alleviating these tensions, China cannot cease conducting its joint naval drills with the Russian Federation, as these are not intended to be aggressive. For this reason, China cannot support this resolution, and I don't think anyone else should either. I yield my time to the chair.
All right, thank you, delegate. By Chair's discretion, we will now move into voting procedures on Resolution Spec Poll C-6. I ask that the doors be barred and all talking and no passing cease. As a reminder, delegates, I do not have X-ray vision or supervision, so if you would, please raise your placards very high whenever you vote so that we can get an accurate count quickly and move on to our other resolutions.
Point of order.
Rise and take a point, delegate.
Very cross of Smith, the bill has not been taken, therefore we cannot be present or present in voting.
Delegate, GA procedures have been changed this year to say time for General Assembly. All delegations have been assumed present. Decorum, delegates. With that, we will now vote on Resolution Spec Poll C-6. All those in favor of Spec Poll C-6, please raise your placards high. You may put your placards down. All those opposed, please raise your placards high. You may put your placards down. All those abstaining, please raise your placards high. You may put your placards down. By a vote of 45 to 17 to 6, this resolution passes. Thank you, delegates. With that, we will now move out of voting procedures. I ask that the doors be unbarred and no passing and talking may resume. With that, the chair would now look favorably upon a motion to close debate on the topic mitigating tensions in the Baltic region. France. That motion is in order, delegate. Are there any seconds? Seeing seconds and taking no opposition, debate on topic mitigating tensions in the Baltic region is now closed.